What were Wilson's 14 points for the treaty? Have you ever wondered how a set of ideas could change the course of history? Woodrow Wilson's 14 points were proposed in January 1918 as a guide for peace negotiations to end World War I. These points aim to address the root causes of the war and establish a framework for lasting peace around the world. The first point called for open diplomacy, meaning no secret treaties. This was meant to promote transparency in international agreements. Next, Wilson emphasized freedom of navigation on the seas, both in times of peace and war. This was crucial for ensuring free trade and maritime rights for all nations. Another important point was the removal of economic barriers. Wilson wanted equal trade conditions among nations to foster better relationships. He also proposed reducing national armaments to the lowest level necessary for safety, which aimed to decrease militarism. Wilson's points also addressed colonial claims. He sought a fair adjustment that considered the interests of both colonizers and indigenous peoples. He called for the evacuation of all Central Powers from Russian territory, allowing Russia to determine its own political future. Restoration of Belgian sovereignty and territory was another key element. Wilson wanted to return Alsace-Lorraine to France and restore French territories lost during the conflict. He also aimed to redraw Italian borders to align with recognizable national lines. For the peoples of Austria-Hungary, Wilson advocated for autonomy and self-determination. He proposed redrawing Balkan borders to create independent nations like Romania, Serbia, and Montenegro. Additionally, he envisioned an independent Turkish state with guaranteed free passage through the Dardanelles Strait. Wilson also called for the creation of an independent Polish state with access to the sea. The formation of a League of Nations was perhaps the most ambitious of his points. This organization was meant to guarantee the political independence and territorial integrity of all states while providing a system of collective security. While some of Wilson's ideas made it into the Treaty of Versailles, compromises were necessary. The League of Nations was included, but the application of self-determination was limited mostly to Europe. Some territorial adjustments favored the interests of Allied powers, such as Japan's control over former German possessions in Asia. Wilson's 14 points marked a significant shift in international relations. They challenged the traditional balance of power diplomacy and imperialism that had contributed to the war. These principles influenced the Treaty of Versailles and shaped the post-war world, laying the groundwork for modern international diplomacy and the concept of collective security.